Peace on Earth. Ethan Inigo Smith here. This is going to be part of a series of questions for Perseus Arcane Academy. Check them out. If YouTube lets me use links, it'll be below. Otherwise, use your wits. Thank you for the involvement, Perseus Arcane Academy. First question. In the Matrix of Four, the philosophy of the duality of polarity, you explore individual consciousness. What do you mean by the duality of polarity? And how does this concept influence your understanding of spiritual growth? It's a great question. And he sent me a series of great questions. What do I mean by the philosophy, by the duality of polarity? Everything is based on the duality of polarity in its very formation, um, in terms of subject matter. Not every object, not every thing necessarily, but it's a fantastic way to approach conceptualization, thus philosophy, and certainly the philosophy, if you will, of spiritual growth. Um, I think the most basic way to understand the duality of polarity may be arithmetic. There is addition and subtraction, and that is one polarity. And there is multiplication and division, and that is the secondary polarity, hence duality of polarity. I break down actually four basic aspects of reality in terms of this duality of polarity, beginning with arithmetic to kind of set up a foundational uh, way to see that there's validity in the idea and it's not merely subjective. Beginning with arithmetic, which is very formulaic to, of course, mathematics, and um, it's really a primary example of how when we lay a foundation of a duality of polarity, it actually enables an exceptional development. For all of mathematics is based on arithmetic. And what we are capable of doing with mathematical comprehension is, you know, kind of almost incomparable to arithmetic, which is very simple. And yet, mathematics leads to engineering, leads to invention, leads to comprehension of navigation and all sorts of subject matter and it all begins with arithmetic at its basis. And how does this influence my understanding of spiritual growth? Well, if I were to box myself in, I would say that Ethan is a universalist. I like to find syncretic synthesis, and ideas that are, even if changed by a shade or two over time and place, that are shared by different peoples in different times and places. And really, four represents this across time and space. I really get into this in the fourth initiation, a whole other book about this concept. But within the matrix of four, whether it is the adage of the wise monkeys, there are four of them, not three. Three is often presented in this adage, but also three is um, very often presented with an unsaid fourth part, as in the adage of the wise monkeys. Each of these monkeys can signify a way to pursue development and signifies a way that hinders our development. We can also see this same exoteric and esoteric ideation of development of the individual from within and in a kind of externalized way as well as an internal consciousness way. Within the allegory of the cave, there are two main types of prisoners, a very stark polarity, in fact. There are the chained and the unchained prisoners within the allegory of the cave. And of course, the polarity being chained and unchained. The chained are not yet transfixed by the ideas that are put on the wall. The unchained are completely taken over. They don't even need chains to make them stay in place. The images on the wall are portrayed by the captors. And the fourth most rare component there of this of within of the characters within the cave is the freed prisoner. And the freed prisoner is, of course, the most developed. So, of course, Native American conceptuality too is um, as equally obsessive with four aspects as I, and pertaining to the development of human consciousness. So, thank you. That was a great little discussion. I'll leave some links below if YouTube allows.